I had already made up my mind to be patient, to be calm, to endure. Whatever this test was, I would face it with sabra. I told myself I would live in that house peacefully until everything was over. The shares, the divorce, everything. But peace was easier said than done. Almost every day, I would hear the sound of laughter echoing through the house. Layla's soft giggles mixing with Ashman's voice. They sounded happy, like nothing was wrong. And me? I was left alone in my room, carrying a heart that felt heavier with each passing day. The only place I found comfort, was with Allah. In the quiet of my room, I would go into sujud, pouring out everything buried inside my chest. My tears, my pain, my confusion. I left it all before him. That was the only moment I truly felt at ease. It had been almost a week since Ashman brought Layla into the house, and one question kept disturbing my mind. Has she told him about the pregnancy yet? Baba had been calling me often, checking up on me. His voice always filled with concern and reassurance. Ami? Her silence hurt more than words ever could. How could a mother choose wealth over her own child's happiness? Still, I said nothing. I was only waiting for one thing: the day we would claim the shares. After that, everything would finally come to an end, or so I thought. The day of the will hearing finally arrived. We were to go to Hajia Sadai's house. She had already informed us of the time the lawyer would be coming. We were to go together. Ashman would drive us. We were to go along with our marriage certificate. The lawyer would read the will again and confirm that we had been married for 6 months. That morning, around 9 a.m., I had already dressed up. I went downstairs to prepare breakfast. Since Layla came, she had taken over the kitchen. She cooked for herself and Ashman, and sometimes she would invite me to join them. But I preferred my space. Even when I accepted the food, I would quietly take it upstairs and eat in my room. That morning, I made something like pancakes and tea. Afterwards, I returned upstairs, wore my socks and shoes, and prepared myself mentally for what the day would bring. As I stepped out to go downstairs, I met Ashman coming out at the same time. For a moment, we just stood there, facing each other. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, I greeted softly. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Yakike? He replied. I paused. It surprised me he hadn't asked about me in a long time. Alhamdulillah, lafiya lao, I answered. Are you ready? So we can go, he said. Yes, I am. We walked downstairs together, in silence, and entered the car. It was around 10:30 a.m. when we arrived. We met them already seated, Hajia Seda, the lawyer, Sheriff, and Farida. We greeted and joined them quietly. Barrister Mohammed, this is my son Ashraf and his wife, Atiyatullah. We can now proceed, Hajia said. All right, the lawyer nodded. As we all know, the will stated that half of the shares belong to Ashman and his wife, and they can only be accessed after 6 months of marriage. May I see the marriage certificate? Here it is, Ashman said, handing it over confidently. The barrister examined it carefully, then nodded. Good. The condition has been met. However, a sudden silence filled the room. What do you mean the will continues? Hajia Seda asked, clearly confused. Hajia, the barrister said calmly, I am only carrying out the instructions written by your late husband. Let me proceed. He cleared his throat and continued reading. After verification of the marriage certificate, knowing fully well the nature of my son, Ashman, and his tendency to be cunning, my heart skipped. I have decided that only 20% of the shares shall be released after 6 months of marriage. This includes the house they are currently living in and the cars in their possession. The room grew even quieter. The remaining 80% of the shares can only be accessed after they have given birth to a child. Silence. Complete silence. Shock was written on everyone's face. They all thought this was the end of the matter. But they didn't know. This was only the beginning.